Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host with the most, the Bridge 258, here to give you the latest Chelsea transfer news. Here we go. So let's start with some of the news that came out last night after I uploaded my video, which is in regards to Tyler Adams. According to the Daily Mail, and the name of the journalist, I believe, is Simon Jones, it is believed that Chelsea are set to trigger Tyler Adams' release clause, which is of £20 million. That's his £20 million relegation release clause, to be exact, as well. And it's looking like to choke the player as well. Tyler Adams is also open to joining the football club as well. A couple of things here before we get started. I think for me, in my opinion, I had another look at Tyler Adams. As you guys know, I wasn't a big fan of his. I said to you guys, I don't really see him as a starter at the football club. I do think he's got very good to high defensive stats, in my opinion, which are obviously a great thing when you're looking at a CDM, someone that you want to be a destroyer, hold the line, etc., etc. And at the end of the day, I thought that was a good thing about him, but I don't know if he was at Chelsea level. Well, I think for me, what it's starting to look like is that this is probably going to happen for depth purposes, and that it's probably going to be a backup to a Caicedo, in my opinion. But looking at his injury history, for example, there's a couple of things there which I'm kind of extremely worried about. He's already has a hamstring injury, which he's recovering from, and is set to come back around by end of August, early September, if you were to buy Tyler Adams. So he's got a similar issue to what Elise has. You're also looking at the fact that he's had quite a few injuries at his time at RB Leipzig as well. So there's clearly an injury history there. He's quite injury prone. I get that maybe you can make the argument because he's gonna be a bench player, depth player, that it doesn't necessarily matter because he's only gonna be playing limited minutes. He's not gonna be starting full games, playing a full 90 minutes. But he may be doing that, for example, if he's playing the FA Cup games, if he's playing the Carabao Cup games as well. So we also have to put that into consideration. So at the end of the day, for me, you have to look at that injury history and worry. We've already had quite a few injury-prone people that we've had to leave the club. You also have to understand the fact that our medical team hasn't been the best necessarily. We had the highest amount of injuries last season, which was 43 injuries as well. So, again, there's a lot of stuff you have to consider here. So, even though we have got a revamped medical team, the question is, are you willing to put a punt on Tyler Adams, in terms of his experience and the stuff he's able to do in that line, over the potential injuries that he may have. So at the end of the day, maybe I think because of the fact of how cheap he is and probably the wages he can get on Tyler Adams, maybe the club sees that as a easier method. And I also think maybe you could also make the argument because of the fact that Tyler Adams is coming to be a backup. It also allows you, for example, to have for him to be like a stand-in or like a placeholder until you see maybe Leslie Kuchuku get that experience, that time that he needs to improve and become a better player in the CDM role at Strasbourg, so that he can get better as better. Caicedo as well could be another one, while Caicedo is improving possibly at Leicester City. Tyler Adams can be there, can be the placeover, and Caicedo can help to improve himself and in that position quite well as well. So there's like a couple of options there at the end of the day, and listen, we'll see what happens with Tyler Adams at the end of the day. So probably not a lot more information this week again. And I keep saying this week, but we're gonna already know a lot more information about this week. Let's move on now to Vlahovic. So some of the news that's come out is that there's rumor now that Chelsea have Chelsea and what's it called Vlahovic are kind of close to agreeing like some form of personal terms, according to Nico something. He's an Italian reporter. I don't think that's necessarily reliable, so I'd obviously take it with a pinch of salt. Apparently, though, according to Di Juventus might try to sweeten up the offer for Chelsea by offering a lot of add-ons to the deal for Lukaku, so that maybe if Lukaku does a certain amount of things, Chelsea get more money. Maybe they're gonna add even more add-ons to the deal to help like Chelsea be a bit more enticed by the fact of losing Lukaku for around about 50 million euros, and then Chelsea buy Vlahovic for around about 80 million euros. As you know, but at the end of the day, Chelsea price's maximum bid so far has been 25 million plus Lukaku, and they want 40 million plus Lukaku. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone come down the middle at the end of the day, as I said to you guys before in previous videos. So again, we'll wait and see on that one. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We're just trying to get these deals done as soon as possible, in my opinion. So hey ho, man, let's just get this deals done. If you need to bring in Vlahovic and Pod is happy, just get that deal done too. Simple as that. And let's go on to the next major news, which is on Caicedo. So start with some of the big news. So Brighton had a game today, and they were playing in pre-season, and Caicedo didn't start. The official report that was coming out of Brighton was that he had a muscle overload on his calf, and that's the reason why he didn't start. However, there's been reports such as Fabrizio saying that they've left him out of the squad because of the fact that he's telling them that he wants to play for Chelsea Football Club. Obviously, there was a report by the Brighton chairman who was saying, "Listen, we look forward to seeing Caicedo back in, back in training and playing with Brighton this season. You know, the usual gimmick he did with Cucurella 2 days before he got sold to Chelsea." And you've obviously got De Zerbi out here saying, "Listen, man, Caicedo has an injury. I don't know what it is. Hopefully, he can come and play for us. But at the end of the day, if Caicedo is going to leave, we need to bring in another midfielder. So, man, we cooked that, brother. You know what I'm saying? The way he was trying to violate, saying, listen, man, we need to bring Levi Cole to the football club. I'd like to see Cole and Caicedo play for us at some point in time. He's saying, Chelsea, don't have Europe. We have Europe. But at the end of the day, man, the reality is Chelsea is a bigger club. We are the massive club. We are a top 3 club in this league. You know what I mean? In terms of how massive we are. So these men need to learn how to hold that. Quite simply, they just need to learn how to hold that, man. And some more news in regards to Caicedo is that it's been reported by Gary Jacobs and others is that Chelsea are set to come in with another bid for Caicedo. The question is for how much. Will this be the bid to close everything? And there's also been reports that Chelsea are trying to close this before the Liverpool game on Sunday, which is next week Sunday to be exact. So listen, I'll wait and see on that one. I want this deal to get done as soon as possible. As I've said to you guys before, multiple times. We need to get this deal done. Trying to get these deals moving on. At the end of the day, we need Caicedo. We saw again in the preseason game there was a lack of control midfield, and we need a full control of the midfield if we're gonna be Liverpool, who also don't have a CDM at this point too. So we want to be the stronger midfield, the much more structured midfield too, and that could help us beat them at the end of the day. So listen, man, we shall wait and see on that one. Indeed. And let's go to the next piece of news, which is on my boy Angelo Gabriel. It's been confirmed now that Angelo Gabriel is set to go to Strasbourg, and I think it's tomorrow or tomorrow after. And that news was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano and Simon Johnson of The Athletic. And listen, man, this is something we knew for a long time. I know that Nathan Gleeson had reported that Angelo Gabriel may potentially be staying at the football club, but the reality of the situation is if you're bringing Olise and maybe possibly another attacker, there's no space for Angelo Gabriel, I'm afraid. So time's up for you, Angelo Gabriel. I'm afraid he can't be staying there at the football club, but I look forward to watching at Strasbourg to hope to see you develop even further and become an even greater top player. That's what we're looking for at the end of the day with Angelo Gabriel, for him to become a greater top player, or towards the end of the towards the end, maybe become a player who has a lot of skill sets that we can use and provide to sell to other teams, and get a profit on. But listen, man, I trust a lot of Angelo Gabriel. His gameplay is mature. I trust him to do well and succeed at Strasbourg. So listen, man, we will see. He won't be the only one going to Strasbourg. Obviously, Ugochukwu will also be going to Strasbourg as well, to be the CDM there. And the last bit of news is on Denzel Washington, who is the Santos striker who we're trying to buy. He was also teammates with my boy Angelo Gabriel. Apparently, that deal looks to be imminent, even though there are rumours that Monaco may be potentially hijacking the deal, and it looks like that deal is going to be happening either way, and that he's going to be going straight to Strasbourg too. And I think he's basically going to be the replacement for Elia Wahi, because Wahi's price is getting crazier and crazier. I think is now around about 40 million, if I'm not mistaken, euros is what they're looking for now, even though Chelsea bid 30 million euros. So listen, man, at the end of the day, the other clubs watching, and maybe Chelsea just don't want to, move like, how they used to move and be like overpaying for players anymore. And, we've seen that on multiple occasions. We're looking for younger, better options, alternative options that we can, rise up in our other clubs, multi-club, whether it be Strasbourg, whether it be the future club we have in Portugal, and for them to become top players at the end of the day. So, hey, man, we will see on that one as well. And finally, guys, that is the video. And just before we continue, I'm going to sort of give you guys a structure. Monday, Tuesdays are usually going to be my normal stuff. On Wednesday, of course, it will be part transfer theme, but Wednesday will be the Chelsea predictions. Where I think Chelsea will finish, who will be the player of the season for us, who's the ones to watch, who will be the flop of the season for us, and go on to watch for that one on Wednesday. And then obviously on Saturday, we're going to be doing on Friday, we're going to be having a Chelsea versus Liverpool preview. I'm gonna have a new little setup there with the players that I'm gonna think are gonna be playing for either side, my school predictions, etc., etc. And then on Sunday we will be having, it's rather Saturday having the live stream. We have Sunday the live stream for Chelsea versus Liverpool. We have the Chelsea live stream for Chelsea versus Liverpool, which should be around about 4:30 p.m. kickoff. So I should be available roughly either 1 hour before or half an hour before. But I'll get back to you guys again on Wednesday where I'll confirm those dates. But again, guys, thank you for watching the video. It is always much appreciated. And this has been the Bridge 258 signing out. And as always, stay blue.